take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drip. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning teams. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to pick at me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hit scene, but I can't hear it when the crowd screams. Still ballin' like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in her. Eating blood across it where the blood thinner. Just stay turned like, you know, I've been through it.
Today, from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, we'll launch Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by the man who proclaims to be from a whole pack of Badgers. Came into the league back in 2012, Russell Wilson.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, but now it'll be 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Raekwon McMillan with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So here come the Saints now for their first drive. They will be led out by their dual-threat quarterback, the veteran from Clemson. It's Deshaun Watson.
Had a chance to meet him while he was still at Clemson at a summer camp, partner. And this is one of the best kids you're going to meet out there. And he doesn't say a whole lot, but it's fun to watch how people respond to him. When he was a camp counselor, the kids just flocked around him like the Pied Piper, just as his teammates did while he was at Clemson.
Kamara with a carry there on 1st down as he works his way forward for a pickup of 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you can do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Philip Lindsay, the ball carrier.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry.
The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 14 carries, 110 yards in the score.
They've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top of the list.
12 yards there and a 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Derrick Henry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Saints ball carrier.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On the counter, it's Henry. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. Get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
We'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Derrick Henry, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints have taken the early lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. 25-yard line. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, Wilson. He completes it to Julio Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down. The numbers for Jones last week, 6 catches, 85 yards, and a touchdown.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And this is going to be another 1st down. Is it? Tackles made at the Saints' 44-yard line.
LA Rams. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Got a man open, it's Darren Waller. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. And he gets it down to the 32.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive they went 3 and out.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Wilson. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 1st down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
This is caught at the 8. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Here's Swift. They'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Harrison Smith.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up third.
After 1-7-0 on EA Sports.
Into the first quarter with the score Saints 7, Rams 0.
On third and goal, Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
A 21-yard attempt.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays, and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
Saints take over first and 10. At their own.
So here are the Saints to take over. They've got the lead right now in this contest, and they're coming off that victory a week ago against the Minnesota Vikings. Set to go first and 10. Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. The UCLA product, Kenny Young, had the tackle.
A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8.
From the 24, Watson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
A gain of 19 yards.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
On first down, Murray. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
No gain.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. To throw is Watson. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams' 43. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First down.
So from Rams territory now, it's first and 10 at the 43. Watson just beating the play clock. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
At the 38-yard line.
From the gun, Wilson. Caught on the right side by Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That is his 951st NFL reception, so 49 away from 1,000, but 951. That ties him with Andre Reed.
Oh, I love the trigger there because Andre Reed caught the ball any part of the field and specialized in traffic, similar to what we've seen throughout his career as well. Does not mind going across the middle and making big-time catches.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 47-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Got the connection here to Bourne. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Now Wilson on 1st down. The left side completion to Jones. Touchdown, LA! Julio Jones. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Rams have taken the lead. Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 20.
Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him. But he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Watson now to throw. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
1st down.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
And it's 3rd down.
Now it's Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd and 9, Watson. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry?
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And nothing there on the return. They got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10.
Ball carrier.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 now. Wilson going right side here, and that's complete. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On 1st down, Wilson. That is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
He's going to get that to Swift underneath. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Wilson will throw again. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Here's Johnny Hekker now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Kamara now to return. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Get down.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's going to go down again. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox.
Watson sack. A loss of 7 yards.
Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again, 3rd and long now. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, where it was the Bucs who were able to get the victory at home. 24-21, the final score. From there, we'll keep the Florida theme going as we head north to check on the Jags at home in Jacksonville. And they've got the lead over the visiting Denver Broncos. DJ Chark, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore. Check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And it was the visiting Atlanta Falcons who come in and get the victory. A 10-point victory in the end. 24-14, the final. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And this carries into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Take over first and 10 at their own.
Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Second down and 12 at the 19-yard line. They run the counter. Henry.
Derrick Henry, the ball carrier. He was taken down at the 22-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Throwing on 3rd down. Watson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Marching in for the sack, Michael Brockers. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a 58-yard punt. And the Rams are going offense here with a 1st and 10. So here are the Rams to take over. They've got the lead as they begin this drive 1st and 10, trying to forget about that loss last week to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. From the gun, it's Wilson. Open man is born. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride. And he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. From the gun, here's Swift. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 3rd down, Wilson looking downfield for Joe. And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the 3rd quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Steps away to his left. And some room to maneuver.
Russell Wilson. That's good for an LA.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. His pass caught at the 4. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They'll run with Swift. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. DeAndre Swift, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Rams add on to their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They begin on the ground with Kamara. There to make the tackle, Samson Ebukam. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Derrick Henry on the...
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Fuller. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play. A first down carry for Henry. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. On first and 10, it's Lindsey. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far. Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Makes the score Rams 17.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Getting set to go again on offense, we get a peek at Julio Jones now. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. They'll find Everett there, complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the football as well as we get set for the 4th quarter. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Now right to Bourne. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
4 yards.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Darren Waller, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Rams tack on to their advantage.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Tucker now for the extra point.
point.
And the lead is up to 14. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Set to take over once again. Out comes the Saints offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. To throw is Watson. Over the middle, complete. That's Stevens. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup.
Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Gain of 13.
You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
Terrell Burgess on
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace it.
And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Got his man complete over the middle. That's Fuller. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 28. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
The tight end, Josh Hill, was the target. And now it's 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Throwing again is Watson. Throw left side complete. It's Stevens. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he hits him in stride. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
the 4-yard line.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run for it with Henry. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Touchdown.
Mike Burton. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints are back within a score. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it in the play before with the smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score it.
And that has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
7 brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Chauncey Gardner.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
On the pickup. It's 2nd.
They run out of the gun with Swift. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another 1st down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
At the 44-yard line.
So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd down, Swift. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. They'll try and run here with Swift. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Darren Waller with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Rams add on to their lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver. When he gets a head of steam going, and as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
And the lead is up to 4. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown.
17.
Kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard
So
line.
Deshaun Watson in the offense. Down by 2 touchdowns. A minute 37 remaining. Field goals, useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order. On 1st down, Watson. He's going to let it. And got his man complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On 2nd down now, Swift. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.